Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week number 2 of What's Going Down right here on YouTube with me, your host, big time Jimmy Larson, and of course, our other host, CT Bishop. Say what's up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going down? What's going down? And I have to apologize ahead of time because we had some technical difficulty issues, but we're getting better. We're getting better.
We've had some technical difficulties holding us back, but we are now online, I am told, and we are ready to go.
Yes, we are.
So,
Yes.
right at the top of the show, we're going to get through this one step at a time, and we are going to talk about two major deaths in the wrestling world this week, both former TNA wrestling personalities. The first was Stevie Lee, best known to all of you wrestling fans out there as Puppet, the Psycho Dwarf, who passed away this week at the age of just 54 years of age. Puppet, of course, was famous as a half pipe brawler, but he was also in TNA wrestling along with his partner, Tio. And I believe, Bishop, you have a story to share about Puppet?
Uh, is that really a story? Well, yeah, you could say that. I guess you could say that it's a short story. A short story.
Puns are already happening. That's my job.
Yeah. No, long story short, what it is that when Pint Size Brawlers they were coming to Connecticut, right? They're coming to this was around 2014. They're coming to Connecticut, and I believe it was on Twitter where they announced that they needed a ring. They needed a ring, so they put in their email. I put I sent them an email and I got in contact, and it was Puppet. It was Puppet, and I got and we exchanged a few emails, and I was able to, with my connections at the time, able to get a ring for the show in Hartford, which is where I live near, so it was really cool. And then he also offered me to to come to the show, watch it for free, and it was really cool. It was really awesome. Unfortunately, I was unable to come to the show, and I let him know ahead of time, hey, I can't come to the show, I have prior engagement. But he understood, and it was just really cool because we did exchange a few emails here and there. um Afterwards, it really sucks because even though I didn't know him personally, but just from the short email exchanges that we had, he seemed like a really cool, down to earth guy. And it was really sad. It was really sad. It's always sad when you lose somebody, a brother in the business, and I'm not that I was some big name in the business, but still, you lose somebody in the business, and whether you know them personally or not, you just feel for it. You really feel for it because you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what health issues you don't know what mental issues somebody is going through, and then you find out that they pass away, they die. Oh my gosh, it's like it's really hard. It's something hard to deal with. Like I personally, I deal with my own issues and all that, and it's just really, so it just sucks. It really sucks when you just finding out that a brother in the business just passes away, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Really, it's just one of those things that you're surprised, especially at that age.
Well, 54 years old is actually a pretty long lifespan for a midget wrestler because most of them all passed in their 30s.
Yeah, but still, even at that age, for us is young, I
Because
guess.
no pun intended, but I mean, when you're that small, a lot of times that halfens your life size.
Yeah, no, no, that's true. I mean, like I was saying, it's for a, I guess, a normal average height person, you're you know, that's a young age. But yeah, you're right. For a midget or dwarf, it's a long life. It is.
I don't know. I just remember like Tiger Jackson and Sky Lolo and all those guys, the Haiti Kid. They all went, and Will Beaver. They all went. Well, Lil Beaver went a little while actually. I think he made it to his 50s, but most of them they all go in like their 30s.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
Little Tokyo lasted a while too.
Oh yeah, he did. He did last it a while. I mean, but again, it just goes to show that I mean, they passed away, but they passed away doing something that they love. Being professional wrestlers, doing something that they love doing. And if you're gonna go, that's the way to go. Doing something that you love to do.
What do you think about Vince McMahon banning his wrestlers from joining third party websites for their own financial gain, such as Twitch and Twitter? And does this affect their YouTubes? Are we seeing the end of Up, Up, Down, Down? Right. I remember. I know. He said. But he makes a lot of sense, though, that, like, especially,
Oh
like, you
shoot!
go back to.
I just realized I was on mute for a second.
How long were you on mute?
I have no idea. I have
So
no idea,
everybody
but
may
I'm
not have
recording.
even heard anything
No, I'm
you said.
recording everything anyway. So no, going back. Let's go back to this whole thing. Okay, let's go back to this whole thing. Okay, at least they didn't hear the cussing, so I can go back to it. Okay, I think it's a bunch of horse crap. It's a bunch of
Yeah, we
horse
got that.
poop. All right,
They heard
and
me. Oh,
yeah,
someone's
exactly.
happening.
No, no, but again, no. I'm gonna repeat myself so that way people can hear it. It is a bunch of horse poo because, and like I said, I'll take the side of the Brian Last, and like I said, even Cornette said it where it's if he doesn't want his independent contractors to go out there try to make more money on these third party deals, he needs to pay them more. And you remember throughout the years that Jesse Ventura said, has always been a proponent of having a union for wrestlers, so that way they can be represented, so that way they can get fair pay. They
Which is
can,
why he left the company in 1990.
yeah, but
Because
Hogan ratted him out.
yes, Hogan did. He told Vince, "Hey, Jesse's trying to start this union," and Jesse got confronted. Jesse said, "Well, I'm out then," and he walked out the door, and that was
Yeah,
the end of her in WWE full time.
yeah, no, I mean, okay, and I don't know how many times everybody can say this, but yeah, McMahon did kill kayfabe. McMahon did kill kayfabe,
Yeah,
by
he did.
giving, by just letting all
To
the
try
information.
and avoid paying taxes
Yes,
for
yes,
being a sport.
and
He wanted to be known as entertainment, so he wouldn't have to pay the sports fee to the state athletic commission in New York, and he broke kayfabe to do that. After getting, well, we're not going to get into that long discussion, but he got a few guys fired for fighting to keep kayfabe, and then he goes and breaks it anyway,
yeah,
ruining some of these guys' careers.
yeah. Now here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If you think about this, okay, if the UFC, okay, if somebody from the UFC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Conor McGregor, right? If he starts a Twitch channel, playing video games, talking smack, and what have you, or just acting normal, as a normal human being, does that kill the UFC?
No, but if Conor McGregor
Mhm.
is about to have a big time fight with I don't know who any of these guys were in the UFC, so I'm just gonna use the name like David Cormier. I think that's a guy, right?
Yep, yep.
Say that they're gonna have a fight, and then they're sitting around, they're playing that Twitch game together,
Hmm.
and they're having beers and freaking joking around and having fun and laughs together. Are we gonna buy that they're gonna have a big brawl?
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. At least if they do it right away, like early on, while they're both training or what have you, and they say and they have and they make a statement saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna fight each other in 6 months or a year." But we're still buddies. We have a respect for each other, so that's why we can do this. And then let's say, like right after that, they don't appear together because they have to train or something like that, then I don't think it can kill it, because people have the understanding, okay, they're fighters, and right before they're training, so that way they can fight each other, they're just having a little bit of fun. Okay, it still doesn't kill that they're gonna go all out to try to get a win, whether it's by knockout or through points or what have you. I think professional wrestling, or sports entertainment, as McMahon likes to call it, it can have the same it can have the same effect. Like if Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, they had, there's a match scheduled in 2 months for the next pay-per-view, whatever it is, like Survivor Series or something like that, and they're just on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I have a lot of respect for Roman Reigns. I have a lot of respect for Braun Strowman. We're gonna face each other in a couple of months, but you know what? Before we start training, let's whatever. I think it is. It's plus the fact that, again, kayfabe is dead for the most part. Kayfabe is
But
dead.
it doesn't have to be. They can bring it back. Is he trying?
The only way they can really bring kayfabe back is they would have to go to a level of bringing like their actual personal lives. You know what I mean? Like in NXT,
They've had hints of it, because I'll never forget when he cut it when he did his whole angle.
The pipe bomb.
Not just that, but he did the whole angle.
Yeah.
With Vince and everything. I remember JBL commented on it even, because fans were actually asking, "Is this legit?" And then JBL said, "Who cares if it's legit? If you're asking if it's legit, he's doing his job."
I mean, here's the thing, though. Is that you also have to remember that with McMahon and his team of writers, that McMahon micromanages everything, because, in McMahon's mind, this is a whole movie production. He doesn't let the boys and girls, in the locker room, he doesn't let them really cut promos. Everything's just all a script.
And that's more apparent in 2020 than ever, because now cinematic matches.
Yes.
And guys getting thrown off a rooftop that we don't even get to see. Now, why couldn't they up it up and actually show us the guys going off the building and just splatting on the ground or something? Use their cinematography for real. They're just throwing up the building and then never mentioning it. He just shows up. Fine.
Well, here's the thing about that. Even if they just showed. Because who was it that got thrown? Rey Mysterio, he got thrown, right?
Rey Mysterio, and was it Baron Corbin that threw him, or did Baron Corbin get thrown?
I think Baron Corbin threw him. But
there were two guys that got thrown off.
Yeah. So my thing is that even if they show them falling off the side and landing on the crash, no, but you know what I'm saying? Even if they showed throwing Mysterio off the side, landing on the crash pad, and then
why would there be a crash pad?
Well, here's the thing, though. This is, again, this can add more to the kayfabe, saying, hey, look, we know this was a dangerous match. We know that anything was possible. So WWE made everything possible to make sure that if any accidents do happen, that everybody was safe. You know what I mean? It still adds to the kayfabe of, look, we didn't know this shit was part of my French. We didn't know this crap was gonna happen.
And darn you for making sense of that. But no, Aleister Black was the other one who got thrown off the roof.
But again, it just it's one of those things. Is that, but because the whole micromanaging process.
Explain the Undertaker teleporting behind AJ Styles.
See that? No, and that's the thing. That's for that. That's something I can't get behind it. I cannot get behind it. I cannot get behind it. Okay,
we have wrestlers in 2020 to have the ability to teleport. Not just Undertaker. Matt Hardy has done it. The Fiend has done it.
Yeah,
we have wrestlers getting through. Well, Matt Hardy, though, I'll tell you, Cornette, he goes up on Matt Hardy in AEW. He admits he never watched the stuff in TNA because he heard it was bad. But Matt was doing that same stuff in TNA.
Yeah.
With the river or lake of reincarnation.
Yeah.
He did that then.
No, yeah,
And
and
that
I agree. No, I
even
agree.
even Cornette's buddy Ricky Morton was involved in that. Ricky Morton ended up on a freaking what do they call that thing?
It's like a
The lift
scaffold
thing.
type thing.
Yeah, like that lift thing. I forget.
Yeah,
It's got a name. I can't think of the name, but
yeah.
he was up on that thing and then just left there. And then Road Warrior Animals showing up for no reason. It made no sense
I agree,
whatsoever.
man.
That's
I
why I
agree.
say AEW is just TNA. TNA was doing all this stuff first.
Yeah. No, but stuff like that, I cannot make any sense of it. Stuff like that, I cannot make any sense of it. I
This is
cannot
why I
agree
can't
with it.
watch it anymore. It's
Yeah,
just got so baloney. I used to watch wrestling to, yeah, you knew what was going on, but it's like you're supposed to be able to be suspended belief.
yeah. And you remember one of the
That's
early
my
promises of AEW was that they were going to present it more as a
sport base
sports. Yeah, exactly.
with the statistics and all. I'll tell you,
I've
where's the
seen
statistics every week on Matt Hardy about how many times he teleported?
right. I agree.
And here he is with 22 teleportations and 17 reincarnations.
Good. No, but it's just crazy, brother. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey man, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Don't worry, the stream is still going. Just I just got to get off for 1 second. Just keep talking real quick, okay?
Well, while you do that, I could get into our next
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead,
portion
man.
of the show because we don't really need your insight on that anyway. Um,
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right.
a quick mention while Bishop goes away and Mauro Ranallo's not here to commentate what he's doing. Um, the quick mention is what's going on in the world. Everybody right now is talking about Netflix, and everybody is saying, let's cancel Netflix. And I'm going to make very minor details. Not sure how many of you see what I'm doing there. I'm not going to say what's going on, but apparently there is a movie on there that is causing a lot of controversy and getting a lot of people talking, and a lot of people saying basically this should not exist. It's something that was made in France, and it just does not belong in American television. And it honestly scares a lot of people thinking they're going to end up on a watch list if they watch this movie. But I don't care about that. What I'm worried about is because something else that just came to Netflix, which we just talked about in last week's program as well, is Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai moved to Netflix 2 weeks ago, and it's been getting massive good feedback. In fact, I laugh every time I hear people talking about the show as if it just started because they've never seen it. The show actually started in 2018 with season one, season two in 2019. But now here we are in late 2020, and everybody thinks it's a brand new show because they're just hearing about it for the first time thanks to Netflix. Netflix has garnered tons of new subscribers in the last 2 weeks, and then they lost a ton of subscribers this week due to this controversial movie. And I worry about how is that going to harm Cobra Kai, because if people are canceling their subscription to Netflix for that, they can't watch Cobra Kai. And we're all anxiously awaiting in 2021. We're not sure when it's coming, but we
I'm
know
back.
that it's something. Okay, we're just talking about Cobra Kai on
Yeah.
Netflix. I was saying that we're not sure how this other movie is going to affect it because the
Ah.
viewers were canceling their subscriptions due to that.
Yep.
That's going to harm Cobra Kai's viewership because there'll be less people to see season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Netflix may say, oh, they don't care about Cobra Kai. Let's cancel Cobra Kai. And that's what I'm worried about. And that's why I want them to get the other thing off there and issue an apology just so that Cobra Kai can strive the way that it deserves, because Cobra Kai is the greatest show on television right
No,
now.
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree
And
with that. Now here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Earlier today,
well, I
earlier.
don't want to talk about the movie. I already
No,
said
no,
even I'm not.
no. I'm not. No, no, no. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna.
I don't want to plug its name. I don't want to plug anything
Yeah.
about that movie.
Oh heck no, heck no. No. I did. And by now everybody knows what we're talking about anyway. But the fact is, I did see it earlier today, and it was there's a lot of very disturbing parts. A lot of very disturbing parts. That's it. I, that's all I'm gonna say to it.
And now you're
And
going to be on a watch list forever and
Yeah.
watched it.
No, no, and I blocked it, and I blocked it, and I blocked it, and no, 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 heck no, heck to the no, hell to the no, no. That
But yeah,
movie.
I'm worried about the state of Cobra Kai, how it's gonna
Yeah,
affect
no,
that.
no, yeah, exactly. Because I mean, and I agree with you. Number one, they need to take down the movie. They need to take it out. They need to issue an apology. They need to do something
Well, how
because,
that movie won a ton of awards at Sundance, I will never figure out.
I mean, I, I don't know. I
I
don't know.
pictured I pictured that crowd at Sundance was the same crowd that was in the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" episode when Frank is running the beauty pageant for the kids, and
Yeah.
the people that were in that crowd.
No. Yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
I picture that was the crowd that was at Sundance, I guess, that
Yeah.
day.
No. Let's. No. Let's say. Let's say. I mean. Let's
Always
say.
Sundance in Philadelphia, I guess.
Yeah, no, no. The way I see it is that you have to be of a particular mindset, a particular disgusting mindset.
Well, she
It,
said it's supposed to be a wake up call to the world, which I guess it's supposed to be like a modern day version of the movie Kids that came out.
uh,
But I don't know. But Cobra
uh,
Kai is getting bigger than ever, and
yes, yes, and
some
that
news,
no,
some
and
news came out this week.
yeah,
Besides some news about season 3, which I'm not going to get into this week, we'll save that for another time when we give
yeah,
some more of our rumors and our thoughts on Cobra Kai. But
yep,
Cobra Kai has a video game coming out. I meant to mention this last week, and I'm glad that we did it because new news came out about it this week. Cobra Kai video game was scheduled to be coming out in December,
yep.
and it's now been bumped up. It's going to be coming out in late October.
Oh wow!
So we are getting that game very soon. Unfortunately, I won't be because I don't have a next generation console, and I am debating on getting a Switch just so I can play this. This game will be coming out on the Xbox, whatever version is out now
Yeah,
of Xbox.
yeah. I'm gonna
Uh,
have to. I'm gonna have to get
the new
myself.
PlayStation, whatever version is out of that, and the Nintendo Switch. Um, some people called it like an app game because it's like old school graphics. They're like, ugh, why does it look so bad? I said, no, that looks like a retro game, and that's the point of the show. The show feels like a retro show, so why
Mhm.
wouldn't the video game feel like a retro game?
Oh, I agree.
And I guess it's part card game, part fighting game.
Okay.
I guess you collect some cards, and the cards will give you like power ups and stuff. So basically, the way I'm looking at this is like it's one of the old WWE games. I don't remember which one it was,
Mhm.
but there was a WWE game where you bought these cards in the shop zone area,
Yeah.
and they gave you power ups to make your wrestlers have better attribute points for your custom guys.
Yep.
You could get hidden characters through these cards. You remember this game?
I remember. I just don't remember the name of it.
It was one of the SmackDown games, but I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
It might have been Just Bring It. I don't remember though.
Well, I mean, I,
But
I think it's cool though, but I think it's cool the concept because if you remember the Nintendo Entertainment, the NES, right? Did you ever have the Karate Kid game for that?
never owned it, but I've played it a bunch of times. I would love to own that game.
I owned it. I think I still have it. And I mean, obviously for today's graphics, you can't
Well, this
say.
game has better graphics than that.
No, yeah, but you know what I'm saying is that as if you're going to compare to today's graphics, obviously it's not going to be high up on the scales, but for the time being, the bit graphics, I think it was an excellent game. I remember in that game where like you get these little side quests, right? You're playing your mission and you're beating up, all these guys or whatever.
Yeah, you go
And
into rooms and you could do like the drum technique with the hook coming after you, and try to dodge it,
or or,
and
or you catch the fly with the
the
chopstick.
the chopsticks and breaking the ice.
Yeah, yeah.
All those different little tricks and side games that would give you bonus power ups to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
when you got the main bosses.
yeah, and I thought that was like the coolest game ever,
Oh, to me that game
Yeah.
was like an updated version of Kung Fu for NES.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
agree.
off topic on that just to mention it real quick, but I found out that Kung Fu actually had a sequel, just not here in the States.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Either.
it's a totally different game though. There's actually a bunch of videos of it on YouTube. It was all the different series in Japan, so the sequel has the name of the sequel from Japan.
Oh wow, okay.
But it was never released here in the States, and it should have been released here as Kung Fu 2, but they didn't because it's a different concept. But I'm not talking about Kung Fu right now. Maybe another time we'll talk about Kung Fu because I got a lot of interesting stuff about that as well.
Right.
But yeah, in this game, I guess you collect these cards that can give you power-ups, and you can unlock like other characters and other versions of characters because like I guess it's gonna it's funny, this game, like I almost like must have dreamt it in one of my premonitions because I was having a conversation with somebody just a few months ago about how this game should have existed and how it should have different versions of the characters and all, and now we're getting that game. But I mean, there's gonna be like Mr. Miyagi's gonna be in the game, and they're gonna have Johnny from the 80s and Johnny from now as the adult, and Daniel as well from the 80s and from now as an adult. And
are they gonna have like
all
Terry
the newer
Silver?
characters?
But are they gonna have like
Terry Silver has not been mentioned about the game, but because it is a next generation console, you never know if they're gonna add add-ons later on in the download patch.
No, yeah,
so
I mean,
you never know.
No, yeah, and it was funny.
But I mean, there's recreations of like the mall fight.
Oh yeah,
with the kids.
That would be cool.
I seen the clips in the trailer that they showed, and Hawk and Hawk's battling with Miguel and everybody else in the mall and in the woods, and all the different fights from the show is all there. And of course, the All Valley tournament is there because you can do exhibition matches with your friends, as well as the main story mode. So it's gonna be really cool of a video game. And all these people are bad about it. I'm like, whatever. This is a game for me, because somebody else even mentioned it in a comment, and I agree with it. Video games, this one is going back to the old school, where it's not about how it looks, it's about how it plays. Gameplay is everything. The most fun games from the back in the day, Pac-Man didn't have great graphics, but it was a fun game because of the gameplay.
Oh yeah. I just put something in the chat. Feel free to ask questions. So just a quick plug for everything.
That's why I'm hearing myself echoing.
Okay, just a quick plug to all that real quick. So we can get it out of the way. Okay, if our email address is in the description box below, as well as the links to your YouTube channel, Jimmy Larson, where you do all the cool, all the awesome movie reviews. Also, at the movies, also Tuesday Night Tussle, the link is there. And for my skits, my comedy skits channel, that link is there as well. And then I started a Discord. I also started a Discord, so I put the invite in the description box. So if you have any topics, you want us to cover, just you can do it on the Discord. You can email us, and we'll definitely bring up some of these topics in the next podcast. And as we're getting better, especially me with the technical side, so that way we don't have these issues, we'll definitely just keep getting bigger and better. Okay, that's about it.
But yeah, speaking of which, we're going into plugs anyway. It's on my format. So, yesterday we added episode 3 to the Big Time Jimmy Larson channel of At the Movies.
Yes, sir.
Where you can check out my review of the film The Heavenly Kid. You can also check in the archives for week 1, where I reviewed the WWE Films film Countdown with Dolph Ziggler, and episode 2, where I reviewed the Richard Pryor classic Moving. And next week I'm going to do it. I said I'm never going to give spoilers, but I'm going to give the big reveal next week. On episode 4 of At the Movies. I will be reviewing another classic movie, this one starring Charles Grodin and James Belushi, Taking Care of Business. So that will be next Friday night, or Friday during the day, whenever I get around to adding it, whenever we get around to filming and editing it. But that will be next Friday's episode. Me and Bishop have already come up with some ideas for reviews all the way through January. But if there's a movie that you would like to see me review, you can let us know, and I
Yeah,
will try to get to it eventually.
yeah, they can use the same email for what's going down. They can use the same email, and
The same with any of our channels. Tuesday
yeah,
Night Tussle is making its comeback recently, and
yeah.
maybe Big Time Jimmy Larson will be returning to Tuesday Night Tussle after a long hiatus from me being on that show.
Yeah. The way so as far as any correspondence with Tuesday Night Tussle, it's the disclaimer that I always say is, do not record yourself fighting. Do not record yourself fighting because I will not be taking those videos. I will not be using them. If you're online and you see a fight video, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube, and just send the link to the email. Send the link to the email. Say, hey, look, I saw this really funny fight or whatever. If you're a professional wrestler, and you want us to feature your match on Tuesday Night Tussle, send the link, and we'll do that. If you are an MMA fighter, a professional MMA fighter, amateur MMA fighter, or boxer or whatever, and you want to feature your sanctioned bout on Tuesday Night Tussle, that is welcomed as well. But as far as people going out there starting fights themselves and recording themselves to be, I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it.
Right, and that's why if you watch the archives with the old episodes, Bishop and sometimes myself, but mainly Bishop, that's why we make fun of these videos.
Exactly.
Because we're trying to show you you're not being smart, you're being stupid.
Yes.
And if you're gonna be stupid, we're going to make fun of you.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. But because
if you don't want to be made fun of, don't do it.
Exactly. Now, and even if, even if you like the backyard wrestlers, don't record your backyard wrestling and send it to me because I'm just gonna, I'm gonna
delete it, and we won't even hear at all. We won't even give it a second one.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are a professional wrestler, if you are a professional or amateur MMA fighter or boxer, and you want us to feature your sanctioned bout, for that, I will show it the utmost respect. I will show it the utmost respect because me myself, being involved in professional wrestling and having being trained in boxing and other martial arts and what have you, I had the utmost respect for it. So for that, I'll show the respect. But if you're just gonna be a knucklehead and start a fight or even do an underground street fight type crap, I'm just gonna make fun of it. It's that simple. So if you do find something out there that you want to see how we make fun of it, shoot us that link. Shoot us the link.
And I just sent Bishop some stuff yesterday. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. I
Yep.
I downloaded it and I'm gonna add it on. I'm gonna add it on to the next Tuesday Night Tussle.
Has anybody been writing in the chat?
No, but we do have some. We do have some viewers.
Wonder where Mr. Demento is this week. Why he isn't writing anything this week?
I don't know. But we will, whenever he's ready to come on.
Because at this point, we do have on the format to answer any questions if we have any before we have our closing thoughts this week.
Yeah. So if anybody listening, anybody and everybody listening live, if write in the chat or send us an email. I got the email popped up. So just hey, if you have a question, send it to us, and if you send it to us now in the email, we will answer it right away, or we will if you send it in the chat, we'll answer it right away. But if you do have a question or a topic or something that you want us to cover in the next podcast, send the email and we'll get to it. We'll get to it next week. So it does. I guess we got some shy people.
I guess so. Either that or no, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah. So next week we will be back with another edition of the show. We will try not to be late this time. This time it was out of our hands. We had some technical difficulties again.
Yeah, we're getting better on the technical side, so.
We are on our only week 2 of this show. My review show is only on week 3, and everybody's feedback on that was great. So far, I've heard only good things. Everybody's saying the show is getting better each week, and that's my goal, is to ultimately get better each week. And we're working on getting the podcast better each week. We're writing formats, getting things in preparation for this, and I meant what I said on my Facebook page, that this is the hottest new podcast around, and you're in on the ground floor, because eventually we are going to have some special guests joining us on the show as well.
Yep.
I won't give any names right now, but there's some big stuff in the works for future episodes of this, but we're working on getting everything together.
Definitely.
And if there's no questions, do you have anything to add before we close up this week?
Nothing really, except, I just got to do the shout out again, because the special person obviously didn't hear it because I was on mute at that second. But to the special person watching, hey, how are you? No, but to be honest with you, again, this is just our second podcast. Like, just to reiterate, it is the second podcast. We're getting better and better as we go along, and I personally, I can't wait for the special guests that we're going to be having. I can't wait for the future topics we're going to be covering. So, I mean, if it's a topic that you want us to cover, like I said before, just email it to us, and we'll get to it, either the following week or the week after that, depending on what's on the format. But
in the format, talking about some classic TV, classic movies, classic wrestling, current wrestling, because we feel like we have to.
Exactly.
Current events that go on. Again, we didn't plan this week. We didn't say last week at the obviously we could have said, hey, next week let's talk about Stevie Lee and Barry Scott. Obviously, we didn't know they were going to pass away this week, so we didn't plan that. So our format changes week to week as we're going along, and then we kind of rewrite it, but using the same ideas in the format.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that like last week, we said, we're a team, we work together, and so it's like part of being that team is that we both also recognize that we have to be flexible, because we don't know what the heck is going to happen, while we're putting together the format, so it's like being flexible and working together. It's just a key thing that both of us, we work on together, because or else the podcast is going to go to the toilet.
By the way, speaking of going to the toilet,
yes, sir.
Have you heard? John Cena's movie The Marine is no longer his worst movie he's ever made.
Oh, Lord.
John Cena has a brand new movie that came out through Nickelodeon Films.
My gosh.
It has Keenan, what's the guy's name from Key and Peele? What's Key's name?
Damn, Keenan something.
I don't even know. I hate Key and Peele. And I hate them more now.
Yeah.
This guy is the most annoying person on the planet. If you've seen this movie, brand new movie called Playing with Fire. First of all, a nice message for children to play with the fire if you're a firefighter. But John Cena plays a firefighter, and basically it's the pacifier, Mr. Nanny.
His name is Keegan. His name is Keegan Key.
Okay, there you go. Well, he does not have the key to a good movie.
That was a good one.
But this movie is absolutely terrible. I will not be reviewing it on my show, because I never want to have to see this movie in full. It was reviewed last week by a fellow critic, and he showed enough of it for me to get the gist of this, and wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that people actually paid money to see this movie. It's so bad on every level. it's bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm someone that, I will give, I will watch a movie. I will watch a movie to see what the hype is about, whether it's bad hype or good hype.
You and I
But
both for the chaperone, so
yeah, yeah, exactly. But this movie itself, again, like you said, this is one of the exceptions where I'm just not even gonna bother.
did you watch the review I sent you last week?
What happened?
Did you watch the review of it I sent you last week?
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh.
This, that's why I'm mentioning it. I just can't get over how bad this movie looks.
Yes,
It's just,
no. Because my thing was is that I was my thing was is that I was gonna give it a chance, and then you
I was
sent
thinking that when I seen it, I was like, hey, maybe I should pick that movie up. And then almost like I was being told from above, like Kenny sent it to me or something,
right.
like, no, don't watch that.
No, exactly.
Because
No, exactly. It
then
was
all of a
just
sudden,
yeah.
this other critic comes up with this review, and oh my goodness, am I
Yeah.
glad I done that
Oh
one.
yeah, and, when you sent it to me, I was like, okay, because it was on my list of of movies that I'm going to be seeing soon, and it was just yeah, no. But hey, bro, we
Oh,
got to get going because I gotta give up the room. I
all
gotta
right.
give I gotta give up the room. But but as far as me, I'm good. You got any last words?
Nope. We'll see you next week. Same time. Well, not same time because we'll be online hopefully on time next
Right.
week. But we'll see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the channel of
Yes.
What's Going Down.
All right, everybody, take care. Bye bye.